What's up guys, and welcome back to On the Brick with another custom LEGO set to review. Today's build is Han Solo's speeder from the Solo movie. And this model comes from Fukusaku, who has made a bunch of models on brickvault that I really enjoy, and then also made the soulless one. Joking aside, today's build is a very nice model, and if you like it, you can get the instructions from brickvault. But don't forget to use code ONTHEBRICK.FUN to save 15%. Link to that will be in the description down below. So officially this is known as the M68 land speeder, and like most builds on brickvault, it is minifig scale. That does mean that this is a little bit of a smaller build, coming in at only 304 pieces. So if you're looking to get a custom set but you don't have the hundreds of dollars to spend, this is definitely one worth checking out, as the total cost is only going to be around $50 or so. And it also doesn't take up that much room. It comes in at just over 6 inches long, 3.5 inches wide, and 2 inches tall. So it really does not take up much room at all. You could easily put this on a shelf or your desk or wherever you want. And just so you guys know, I actually chose to build this model because one of you suggested it. So if you have any sets you want to see me build, throw them in the comments down below. And I've actually been very excited to build and then show this off, as like I've been saying, it's a really cool model. Unlike most actual LEGO builds where you would probably start with the structure on the bottom, you don't really do that here. In fact, it's a little weird to describe, as there isn't really a central structure to build around, but it's still very solid. Putting this together took less than an hour, I believe, and there wasn't really a point where anything was falling apart or tricky to put together. Some areas you might need a little more patience with. For instance, the front here certainly isn't the most stable of areas, but like I said, it's also not unstable, so you'll be able to pick this up, move it around, build it without any sort of issue. Now, this will make much more sense after next week's video comes out, but as a prelude to that, let me just say that smaller builds don't always lose detail. While there's not a lot for something like this, there still are details. For instance, the white stripe down the left side of the speeder is very prominently there. The greebling on the right side of the speeder is done exceptionally well. I also like how the engine actually sticks out of the top and how the rest of it is smooth. Once again, this is a great example of how to do the snot technique, aka studs not on top. And again, despite being a smaller set, the cockpit is still fairly fleshed out. It's a little difficult to properly show, but there are 2 seats which can fit both Han and Kira comfortably, and several detail panels that I actually went and got this time. Normally I skip getting these printed slopes just to save the little bit of extra money, but overall this is such a cheap set that I figured why not. And I don't really show it here either because there's not much of a point to, but this entire build does sit on some clear bricks so that it can be hovering, which is a very nice touch that they didn't really have to do. Oh, and then of course there's the engines in the back that I almost completely forgot to talk about. Very simply done, there's nothing too extravagant or like super amazing here, but again, that's kind of how this whole set is. The speeder in itself is like a makeshift thing that Han picked up in the back alley of Corellia. Something that on one hand is supposed to be really nice, but on the other hand clearly really isn't. And I think Fukusaku did a great job of capturing that here. Now, I do actually have the real LEGO version of this as well, and I'll be showing you side-by-side comparison shots here, but I do want to say that in the future I will be making a more thorough comparison of the two. In fact, it's a new series that I have planned of doing comparisons of real LEGO versions to their custom counterparts. So if that's something you are interested in seeing, then please let me know by hitting the like button down below and subscribing so you can be around when those videos come out. Overall, even though I know that not a ton of people really liked Solo, I mean, it's a great film, you should definitely go watch it, this is still a very worthwhile model to get, especially if you are a fan of Solo or just a fan of Han Solo, like the character, or just Star Wars. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a very cool looking vehicle anyway. So, as always, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below, and once again, please do consider liking and subscribing. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.